All right, welcome to this video for Design to Make a Difference. In this video, we're going to cover how to change filament for the Anycubic Kobra 2 Pro. And we're also going to cover how to take a file from the flash drive and access it so that your printer can print it. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so before we print, we need to get filament into the machine. And this is the screen that comes when you first turn it on. So you can see I selected that wrench in the middle that says Tools, and this takes me to a menu that allows me to start to warm up the printer. I hit the PLA button, and I can start to see that the temperature of the bed and the nozzle begins to go up. I need it to be hot before I can either take old filament out or add new filament in. There's another menu that you can get to that'll allow you to do this. If you're just kind of changing plastic and not necessarily getting a part ready to go on the bed. So I can hit the middle button, and that looks like the nozzle on the printer. And here I can go ahead and hit PLA. That's the plastic we're going to use. And you can see it's already starting to heat up. So there's two ways to do that. Eventually, I'm either going to add plastic or take plastic away. So I hit the button for 100 millimeters. And then I can hit extrude or retract, depending on if I want to add or take plastic away. And you can see here in a second, I'm going to go ahead and hit the retract button. So once I hit that retract button, the gear inside of that extruder, that kind of rectangular looking box, is going to spin backwards and it's going to pull the plastic out. So now you can see a view from kind of outside the printer. There's also this little lever that I can grab with my thumb, and that kind of pinches and puts pressure on the plastic to help guide it through. So once I push that little plastic, or that little lever, excuse me, I can go ahead and pull the plastic out with my hand through the filament runout sensor. I then can grab a new roll and get that roll ready to go. Now here's the key. The end of that is a mess, and I don't want to jam that into my printer. So I'm going to go ahead and use scissors and cut it. I'm going to cut it at an angle so that it has a nice, fresh, clean cut, so it's easier to guide through the tube. And you can see here it has that kind of nice, clean cut angle to it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the filament back on the spool holder, and then I'm going to help feed it through the filament runout sensor into this tubing. I want to make sure that I don't have any kind of filament knotted up. You can see that's what happened here, so I kind of just fixed that before I continue to feed it through. And you can see it through the tube, especially when you're up close to it, and it's going to get close to the opening in the extruder. I'm going to push that same lever to help open it up so I can guide that plastic through. Now, I might feel a little bit of resistance, but this is to the point where I'm going to go back to that screen and hit the extrude button this time instead of retract. When I hit that extrude button, I'm going to go ahead and look to see the filament that comes out of the nozzle. And if I changed colors, I'm looking for a new color. So I started off with black. It's a little bit tough to see here, I'm sorry. But I'm going to wait until I see all of the new color that is gray. And then once I see that, I'm sure that the new plastic is in and I'm ready to print. Now we're ready to hit print and actually get a part going. So this is the screen at the beginning. I go ahead and hit print, and I have a couple of different menus to toggle back and forth from. But that is the flash drive, the second to the left. So when I take the flash drive out, it disappears. When I put the flash drive in, after it recognizes it, I get a menu of available parts to select. Yours should be at the top, but if you're using an old saved print, it might be closer to the bottom. You can toggle. I go ahead and select the one I want to print. It brings up this menu, and I just go ahead and hit the print button. It's going to begin to warm up the printer, and then after a couple of seconds, the magic starts to happen. So we're going to look to see, once this starts printing, how can I be sure I can walk away from it? So here I can see the bed is kind of situating itself. I see that the nozzle and the extruder are going to start to lower, and it's going to begin to print the first layer. This is probably the most, no, not probably, it definitely is the most important layer of the part. It's the part that touches the bed. This is going to make sure that the part sticks to the bed, and we're going to go ahead and watch a first layer print so we kind of know what we're looking for. It is going through its kind of like pre-print process, kind of moving around. It's going to wipe the nozzle clean. It's going to kind of prep the nozzle with plastic so that when it begins to print, like it is now, this is plastic that is going to be part of your print. And we're going to kind of zoom in on a second, and we're going to look for those initial first layers. When we zoom in, what we're looking for is flat, kind of squished lines. And the part here to the left is actually a little bit too close. The part to the right looks a lot better. So you might even have some variation in the parts that you're printing, but that's a really good first layer. If you see this, you're pretty much good to go. Now, early in the print, if I notice something's wrong, I can make a couple of quick adjustments on the fly. I can change the temperature of the bed if I'm having some adhesion errors. In this case, I'm lowering it, and it'll lower it right there. I won't have to go back to the slicer. If I think the filament isn't kind of flowing through the nozzle and I want to heat it up or cool it down, I can do so as well. I don't have to stop the print and go back and change it in the slicer. This printer's really fast. Sometimes it's actually too fast. So I have an ability to control the speed. I can slow it down by clicking stable. And if I'm feeling really lucky, I can speed it up even more by going to sport mode. I often toggle back and forth between stable and standard, especially for that first layer. If I realize that the part's a little too close to the bed or a little too far away, I can actually adjust the height of that on the fly as well. It's referred to as the Z-axis. So I can make small incremental changes, or I can change it to 0.05 millimeters and make a little bit bigger of an incremental change. That is how I can dial in that first layer if it doesn't look quite right. Those are pretty much the initial tips and tricks to kind of get those first couple of prints going until you get some experience under your belt. So hope you found this video helpful, and stay tuned for more, and we'll keep making videos associated with design to make a difference. Thank you.